Well, what is up, everybody? Turboverse here today, and we're gonna talk about this weird post about Starfield, like a few days before the actual game. Well, I guess like the pre-release or early access version of Starfield launches, and it's like a super just negative post about Starfield. And it was like people just wondering, like scratching their heads, like why is this even being posted? Like who asked for this opinion? And why is this negative post being posted about Starfield like it was about to release very soon? So people are already kind of signed IGN because for the past month because they've just been doing these several mistakes in quotation marks where they keep leaving out the Xbox version of certain big releases like Persona 3 Reload. They said you're going to play this game on PS5 and PC when it's coming on Xbox. I think it's coming on Xbox Game Pass as well. So that was one thing that people were kind of annoyed at. Then they did the same thing with Sea of Stars, another game that's releasing on Xbox Game Pass day one. But when you look at the different platforms they have listed, it's not Xbox is not listed. And people are like freaked out about that, like what's going on here. And then they had this whole thing as well too. They made a video of Mortal Kombat 1, Alan Wake 2, Liza P. No Xbox versions listed. So people are like saying it's a lot of little mistakes, quote in quotation marks once again, about them not including the Xbox version of these big games coming out soon. So, and then you have this quote right here from this one IGN journalist, I believe, says Sony will have a major tentpole release next year. I mean, they're not Xbox, so expect big releases from Sony, but not Xbox apparently. So, a lot of bias going on at IGN. It seems like I don't know what to say about this because I think it's just coincidentally they're just missing the Xbox version of some of these titles by not putting Xbox. But who knows? Who freaking knows? Are they really biased against Xbox? I don't know, but it's kind of looking that way. Like I don't think people are just conspiracy theorists at this point. It's kind of looking like they're super biased because just these little mistakes, and then this person making this just long post. Which we're gonna let's get into the post. She says, "I think Starfield looks very okay. Supreme Percent looks mediocre, and it's trying to do many things, so it won't be able to deliver all its promises. The world doesn't look unique. A space game doesn't look unique. Okay. The story seems to be an afterthought to the game, and one thing I learned from Bethesda games are the plot lines and hidden lore throughout the world. I don't see a lot of that in Starfield. Instead, see a lot of other extracurricular activities that seem to distract from the main story. The gunplay looks bland, and I still really just like the enemy name, user interface, and health bars being right above their heads versus being on top of the screen like in Fallout. I think it'll be a fine game, but I don't think it's gonna be a mind blowing. And the players saying, "Oh, but modders will save it," makes me a bit annoyed. A game should be really solid on its own without the help of modding. Modding is a really fun addition that should elevate the content of a game rather than fix or bring it up to the player's expectations. Okay, so pretty much saying the game looks mediocre to her. It's like one of the biggest games of this year. Once again, I don't think we've seen this done with any Sony game. Like the game was a Sony game, a big Sony game released like a week away, and they give a post like saying, "Hey, the game just looks mid." I don't think we've seen that before. I haven't seen it before, especially when the game's about to release very soon. So I don't know. She got a lot of flack in the comment section. So let's see what people are saying. Oh, I guess also she stated, "I want to be wrong, but I love Bethesda games due to their world building, but we saw a very little story beats and all the reveals, and that's what drives a game like this for me. Again, I'll be following up until after I play just initial opinions. Opinions on the game that she hasn't played, mind you. So, how can you have an impression on all these things when you haven't even played the game?" Which is like, why are you even writing this opinion piece when you haven't played the game? That's what most people are thinking. It's normal to have impressions before playing games, but to say the story is an afterthought, it just doesn't make any sense. Like, you haven't played the stories, how would you know it's an afterthought? Your organization is under NDA for this game, with several people playing the review copy. Save this until you get hands on it before the game went out to IGN. Don't bother. This post has been done on purpose and authorized by her editor. Everyone sees it for what it is. Expect IGN to give a negative review. This was laying the landing strip for it. Who knows? Is that what this is going to get a negative review? Who knows? The opinion you show there when you haven't even played it shows that you are already indisposed against the game. You will play it in bad faith and self-suggest that it's not good. While I don't agree with your opinion, it's nice to see something I disagree with, not formatted in a way meant to trigger as much as possible. I mean, she said the game looks mediocre. I'm pretty sure that's going to trigger a lot of people. It said the story was just an afterthought when she hasn't played the game at all. So I don't know how that doesn't trigger people. Sometimes not saying anything is better than saying something. Yeah, I agree. She should just kept that to herself, to be honest. The first 5 words are enough. I'd rather hold off on negative comments about a game until I actually played it, but hey, as long as it gets those impressions, just saying. I want attention, is what this post is screaming right now. And blocked. The look at this guy's face about this post, and like, I don't blame him. This is just a weird post. Like I said, a week before the game drop, she posts a few days before the game drop, she posts this weird post like this. This doesn't make any sense. Next, you'll say, I was only pretending to be dumb. Okay. You haven't played the game. Oh, man. Moments after she posted this, right into the trash. Why is this even a tweet? You haven't played it and you have no opinions over it. You have an opinion on a game you haven't played. More than that, you have an opinion on the story without knowing the story. Doesn't make any sense to me. Doesn't make sense to a lot of people. But there you go. Nice impression farming, bro. We know you're hiding that blue check. That is a thing too. Some people post these ridiculous posts to get like paychecks from Elon Musk now, because the more attention your posts get, the more money you get from Elon now, and you can have that check mark if you do got the Twitter verified or whatever it's called. So you get paid for making these ridiculous posts now to get engagement. So as that's what's going on there, who knows? It's just very weird. This post is very bizarre. And people, like I said before, people have already been side-eyeing IGN at this point for the past month for these little mistakes in quotation marks about leaving out the Xbox version of these different major games. So, was this necessary? Does this post need to exist? Less than 24 hours for preview launch. What were you expecting to achieve here? It seems to me that you wanted to put a little bit of doubt on the game, and if you're right, to do a victory lap and say, I told you so. Holy crap, works at IGN, and they are effective given a prebuttal assault already attacking Starfield. A game they admit they have not yet played, and what they say makes no rational sense based on what has been shown of Starfield. Gunplay looks bland, insane. A new low for IGN. Given a negative opinion of a game she hasn't played yet, this has got to be sponsored by Sony. I don't know, we're going to see a switch to Sony soon. She's trying to get a job at Sony, who knows. I try to give gaming journalists a chance, no matter how many times they've been contradicting, hypocritical, negative to the point of actually leaving the Xbox logo off release dates confirmed for the platform. But every day this image becomes more and more accurate. Negative assumptions about a certain game, about a certain brand without even playing it can hurt it. It's a damn shame that as a gamer, let alone someone with a platform, would do this without actually playing the game themselves. Just don't be surprised being excluded from review codes and access when all you do is talk negatively about them. So this is an image of apparently Starfield walking up unexpected, and IGN Eurogamer Kotaku has a knife ready. Interesting. Writing a full review on the game without even touching it is crazy. Yeah, that is pretty crazy. Saying the story is just trash, the game is mediocre, you haven't played the game, that's very bizarre. But I am going to conclude it right here. No need to beat a dead horse at this point. But people are definitely not rocking with IGN, which is one of the biggest websites for gaming news and media. But it's like, it's just questionable stuff from IGN lately, especially when concerning Xbox. Like, you got the employees writing full-on paragraphs about how the game sucks when they haven't played the game. You got them leaving out Xbox for certain big game releases. It's just odd. It's just very odd, once again. Like, big games releasing. You look at IGN, you don't think PS5 and PC, but it's on Xbox as well. So, definitely people are side-eyeing IGN right now. And this is not helping their case, so to say. So, I'm going to include it right here. Definitely want to see your thoughts down below if you have been seeing these things from IGN and what your thoughts about this company lately. Are they biased against Xbox? I think that's a kind of a stretch, but I don't know. It's looking that way, but I just don't know at this point. So definitely want to see your thoughts down below. Leave a like for this video, and as always, thanks for watching, and peace.